All right, let me show you. I've been working hard, y'all. As you see, I got a trunk full of weeds. Those are the last weeds and sticks and tree limbs I'm gonna take to there's a little dumping place I take them to this evening. I'll take them. But I trimmed this tree right here, and we trimmed these bushes. We trimmed all these bushes here. Trimmed these. I trimmed these. And that's the last of it. These little bikes and trikes and stuff, balls and stuff, all that's trash. It's going to the trash today. When my grandkids lived here, that was their stuff. They no longer live with us, so it's been sitting in the weather, going to the trash. And we got a bunch of weeds in there. We're going to put in the trash. That takes care of that. And so, but the biggest project I had was this baby right here. This baby right here, this tree right here was leaning all out into the street. It was crazy. But I got it done. Even though they used to have people come around and leave you a note on the door or send you an email. You need to trim your bushes, do this, do that. But they don't do that no more. But anyway, it was an eyesore. And now we can sit on our front porch. We can sit on our front porch and we can look. I'm not going to turn it here because I got the street sign. We can look all the way down the street that way, but I can't do it because I can't let y'all see what street I live on. You know how that goes. A little bit of privacy. But anyway, well, I could if I turn this way and then I can show it. We can see all the way down the street that way. There you go. Yeah, we can see all the way down the street that way. Isn't that nice? Yeah, you don't see my street sign. All right, let's go down and back up here. So yeah, that was the biggest project. You know, when you retire, you got a lot of time on your hands. And my wife, she went out and bought me that saw. She bought me that. It was 3 saws. It was one was a hedger and 2 were buzz saws. A baby buzz saw and a big buzz saw. And so I was able to take care of that. And yeah, take care of that. So that's what we're talking about. Now let me show you the backyard. All right, come out here. So I clean all that up. That used to be kids' playhouses, bounce houses, balls and bicycles and scooters and all kind of stuff. We got rid of that stuff. Now my grass is not the best, but I don't really concentrate on my grass in the backyard because I just don't. I still got to, this is a rose bush. I still got to trim that back. And we actually get roses if we do. But yeah, this tree I trimmed a little bit, not much. But this was a big project over here. When we moved here, there was a tree here, and there was a big ass bush. You can see right here where I cut out the tree, several little trees. But they had grown up, they were tall, they were all up there in the sky, about 15 feet high. And then this little crazy looking thing, my God, that thing is growing already. I just cut that down. It's already growing. I'll be watching that. I'm gonna cut that whole thing out. Oh yeah, I'm not done with you. I'm gonna come back. Since you want to grow, I cut that about a week ago, and like it's already growing back. So we gonna really work you out. Yes, we are. We're gonna work you out. So that's that. Another big project I had over here was a big tree had grown. This right here was crazy. There were 2 big 6-7 foot bushes there, and there was a whole tree that was about 15 feet high. And it was just crazy back here on the side of my house. When the wind blew, you could hear it. This is my bathroom right here, and that tree was right here. As you see the stub. When we moved here, it wasn't here. But 10 years later, that shit had gone all the way up to it was all the way to the top of the house. And I cut that bitch down. But when it was windy the leaves and shit would be blowing in here. We could hear, you know, and our bedroom was right here too, so we could hear it bumping on there. And then the leaves had to come over into these people's house on their property line, which is not good. Young lady, it's a single woman. She never complained about it, but you know, you shouldn't have. If it's your tree, you should keep it off of other people's property. So yeah, I cleaned this whole thing out. You had a tree right here, and you had this crazy looking bush. I don't know what these things are, but there's one there, and there's one here, and they grow about 6-7 feet high. They go up pretty high. But I got them up out of here. I see that they're trying to grow back already. Even these two I just cut like 3 days ago. I can see growth already. But we'll come back and revisit those, and we'll knock them down. We'll knock them down even further. I might get a shovel. And see if I can uproot those things. Yeah, I'm gonna try that right now. I think. Let me go get me a shovel. I think I got a shovel right in here. Y'all excuse the mess. But this is where we keep a bunch of stuff that suitcases, all kinds of shit. Don't I have a shovel? Suitcases. We even have old videos. The Godfather. Trading Places. Malcolm X. Eddie Murphy. Drumline. Players Club. Yeah, old DVD players. We just got to get rid of this stuff here. Pumpkins and Christmas stuff. A brand new bike for my grandson he's never used. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a shovel. I see a couple winter shovels, but I need a real shovel. I think I got one in my garage. But yeah, since we don't have a basement, we do have this storage department. Thank God for that. Or we'd have to throw out this shit. But we don't. We just put a lock on here. We never lock it because we're not worried about nobody stealing that. So yeah, this is the backyard. It's crazy. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a shovel and see if I can dig those things up out of it. I'm gonna do that shit right now. All right, y'all. For little money, real world, real life, grown man shit. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.